I don't understand why you kept doing that. Like, I was clearly saying no. And he was like, well, sometimes when girls say no, they really mean yes. It's like a pretty most concise way I can put it all. It was kind of a lot of like paranoia and fear and like, I don't know, then just failure to go to class or get out of bed and do things that I normally would do because I just didn't want to run into anybody because I was always a mess.
My story took place basically as soon as I got here.
It was 3 weeks into my freshman year of college.
So a week later, I was invited to a party.
And I was raped.
Nobody wants to go into their professor's office hours and be like, hi, I was raped. Can I get an extension on my assignment?
He was found not responsible, and he still goes here.
Campus sexual assault is happening in unbelievable amounts on our college campuses across the United States. Every single study and every campus climate survey that has been done has shown that 1 in 5, sometimes 1 in 4 female students has experienced unwanted sexual contact or sexual assault or rape during her time at school.
We were like hooking up and I was like into it at first, but then something happened where basically like his roommate came in the room, I got really uncomfortable and it was like weird, and then his roommate like just came in looking for something and then left, but I realized that I had to be up early the next morning, and so I was like, I actually need to just go home. Like, this is a good distraction for me to leave right now. I'm going to head out. And he basically was like, no, I really don't want you to. And like started kissing me more. And then basically I was like, no. And then I kind of was like, all right now I'm just going to be like, all right, this is like, I'm going to give it my all and say no right now. Because up to that point I kind of been like, no, stop. But like not really like trying as hard to like keep him off of me. And then I like with all of my like force that I had, I just kind of pushed him off and I was like, stop. And then he kind of like collapsed his body weight on top of me. And then I kind of just gave up and I was like, oh shit, like I like have no power right now.
At the point where I see students, it's after they've had their, the traumatic experience. They've met with the relevant support systems. And so when I'm seeing them, it's because they're causing them some academic problem. And so when I meet with them, it's usually to help them to, to deconstruct what's happened with them, to talk about how that's impacting their day-to-day existence, not just coursework, because what I found is that, whether they can eat, whether they can sleep, whether they can walk alone at night, all of that impacts their ability to focus and attend to, the business of being a student.
So Preventing Sexual Assault, or PSA, started last October, and it kind of began because we were realizing that so many students on our campus were being sexually assaulted, and at the same time, so many students didn't care. And we realized that if we weren't going to stand up and fight for this issue, nobody was, and now is the time to do it. The climate on our campus has really erupted and changed this past semester just because of the fact that students are finally bringing this to the attention of our administration. And even though students are doing that, the administration is still not backing down and not making any changes. So a fee was actually introduced where students would have to pay $17 extra a semester towards student fees. And this would go towards funding the Office of Civil Rights and Sexual Misconduct. And basically this would generate about $1 million extra in revenue for that office to stay functioning. Because currently right now, it's not functioning. It takes up to 160 days, I think, for an investigation to be complete, which actually should be finished in 60 days according to federal law. And there are a lot of changes that need to be made in our culture in general.
What we've done, myself and the nurse practitioners at Shady Grove, we formed a program where we're going to be training victim advocates who are students at the University of Maryland through a 3-credit training course that's offered through the University of Maryland.
When students are walking across the stage of graduation, and we share that moment, that look, of I've made it through. It's a good feeling.
I would not report to the school again. I'm a bit more educated than I was when I first came in. I don't feel like the university helped me in that education at all. I think it was a lesson I had to learn, unfortunately, on my own. I think it's one of those things where I'm like, I've already lost once here. There's really no point in me trying to fight this battle again should I ever come across it. Hopefully I don't. Statistically, I might.